Hi, so for this video what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be setting up our sheet of paper like we have done that before, and I'm going to talk a little bit about chalk pastels, which is the media that we're going to be using, and how I actually want you to incorporate the color or coloration of the paper into your piece. Let's get going. Just like in previous projects, we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to carefully remove the masking tape to reveal what is underneath, so we can have a clear, perfect clean edge. And there you go. You can now mount your next project. Or we're gonna leave a sheet of paper underneath so we can get rid of the cardboard texture like. And then we're gonna put our new sheet of paper. This time I want you to use the black one. I believe that's the only one left on your bag anyway. And then once you have already placed it, I want you to do a border, the thickness of the tape, to create that border that we have been doing since project number 1. Now that it's in place, I'm just going to begin with a 2-centimeter border around the entire sheet of paper. Okay, so before we start our actual work in our sheet of paper, I want you to use your newsprint that you should have on your supply bag, and I want you to practice on it before you actually start on your actual piece. I want you to get familiarized with the colors, the strokes that they make, how can you blend them, if they do blend, and if they do, how much can they actually blend. Also, I want you to practice overlapping colors, see what other tones can you get, what are the limitations of the chalk, how much color you can actually overlap before it becomes a blotch that won't blend. I want you to get familiarized with this media before you go into your big piece, because otherwise you can commit mistakes that you probably won't be able to come back from. I want you to understand how it blends, how it overlaps, how it reacts with other colors, and if you go white, how white can you really go, especially when you get it dirty with a different color. Like, how much blended is it really there? I want you to actually practice, maybe use a stroke techniques, like I mentioned before, cross-hatching with other colors. See how they work together if you get the coloration or tone that you really want. See which ones won't really work with the black paper. And now I also want you to make sure that you incorporate this color, the color of the paper, into your piece. So for example, let's say my picture has a tree with a white background, but the trunk, it's black, but everything else behind it is white. The leaves are green. You can try different strategies, maybe dotted, maybe just scribbling, whatever you feel it will work the best. And then I don't want you to, like, if the tree is black, leave it black and just add the little details that you can appreciate on the picture while using the color of the actual paper. If you learn how to do this, it will actually help you, because you're taking advantage of all of your media, including the color of your paper. So go ahead, try it. Hi, so next we're gonna do the outline of our landscape. For my landscape, I chose this picture shown in the screen that follows the composition structure as the S shape, which, as you can see, the road goes kind of like an S shape, giving an emphasis to the middle of the picture. So that's what I'm going to be working on. So for the outline, what I usually like to do when working with chalk pastels is using actually a white chalk and just slightly start my line work where I want things to be from observation. That's where the still life comes in handy. And all of this is the trees. Here's my trees. Here's more trees. Now right here I have a long branch, and this branch is black, so I'm gonna make the signal so I know I don't have to color within that area, so I can take advantage of the color of the background of the paper. And then I just make like the different figures and shapes that I want to obtain, where I want to change color, and that's it. that's my outline. It does look rough, but it's gonna give me all the information I need. And it's easy to get rid of since I'm using chalk pastels and it doesn't leave any mark. But you're welcome to use pencil if that's what you feel the most comfortable with.